Well, I'm glad to be joined by former South Carolina baseball first baseman Trey Dyson. He also calls the games as a color analyst on the SEC Network Plus. You can catch him there as he breaks things down. And, of course, we're at First Community Bank where he is a mortgage broker. So, Trey, good to see you, man. You're looking sharp. And, you know, we're doing the shade thing because our future's just that bright.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, you got to look money whenever you can, and we are certainly accomplishing that here today.
Money is what it's all about. But speaking of money, the Gamecock's been money the last, that's decade, whatever, how long it's been very good. A team that everybody thinks is destined to postseason play. But as you look at this team thus far, you cover them, you call their games. You know, why the roller coaster year? I mean, they lost a lot of good baseball players over the years. I understand that, Trey. But why are we seeing such a roller coaster year from this Gamecock baseball team?
Well, they've certainly been inconsistent, but they really do have all the pieces to be really good. And if you want to pinpoint one thing, it's probably their defensive woes. And a team that was supposed to be great defensively, they can certainly be great defensively, but they've gotten behind early in a lot of games because of routine errors, and then sometimes they've struggled with the bats at times, but they were hot really early this year when they reeled off 10 straight wins. Now they've reeled off 3 in a row. Marcus Mooney has gone to shortstop, taking over for Jordan Gore, who's still playing, and he's an integral cog to this lineup. But Mooney has been playing at shortstop. Coach Holbrook likes that because he says he's the quarterback of the infield. And it seems like they're starting to gel a little bit, and it could not be at a better time.
Well, let's talk about the pitching, because we know pitching, like defense in football, we also wins championships. Will Crow, those guys have some good outings, and sometimes the hitting can't bail those guys out. But is the pitching good enough week in and week out to win big ball games?
I think by far the pitching at the end of the season could be something you look back and say, hey, this is one of South Carolina's greatest staffs of all time. We have got great arms from top to bottom this year, something that Jerry Myers has not had before. I mean, we've got great arms. The other day, for example, Kanan Cropper, a guy who hardly has pitched this year, comes out throwing 90-mile-an-hour sinkers that are nasty, like AA level sinkers already, and he really hasn't even pitched much, so that tells you the talent that they have. But it does start with Will Crow and Jack Wynkoop, and those guys have got to get back on track. They can be dominant, and then with Cody Mincy and Taylor Widener at the back end of the bullpen, their pitching staff can compete with anyone in the entire country.
Well, the hitting is, of course, Appalachian State, 11 runs. They kind of got the bats going again, and they took care of Citadel on last night. And the guy that's been really good, he came back for his senior year, Kyle Martin. And that's up for the midseason Golden Spikes Award. Talk about Cal. You've been a former first baseman. You guys kind of got the same physique. You used to, at least. Not now for you, but, big first baseman. Talk about Kyle Martin.
Kyle Martin has been a stud this year for Carolina. He has really shouldered the load offensively. And that's been one of the problems, actually, is because he has had to carry the load so much by himself. But he's been great, not only offensively, but defensively as well. He's played a great first base. He's saved a lot of errors from poor throws being thrown across. But recently, Max Schrock has really started to heat up. And Max Schrock had 5 hits in the Game 3 of the Mississippi State, a game that they won. And he's been hitting. Elliott Caldwell's been hitting all year. And Gene Cone, the leadoff hitter for South Carolina, has done a great job at the top of the order. And guess what? He's starting to get back on base again. The key to me is we know we've got Gene Cone, Kyle Martin, Elliott Caldwell, and Max Schrock. But we need somebody else who we can count on to drive in runs. DC Arendas has been doing a better job lately. To me, if I had to pinpoint one thing, I'd say the answer to great success could be Alex Destino, a guy who came out hot, hit some big bombs early in the year, but he's been struggling lately. He's been riding the pine a little bit. Once he gets back in there, the sky's the limit for this South Carolina team.
No doubt about that. And, of course, we'll have Trey with us many, many times as we go Chalk Talk Baseball with Trey Dyson and Kip Bachnight. We'll be able to break this thing down more in depth. Before I let you go, before I let you get back to giving folks a loan for this nice house on the lake over here, the Masters is going on right down the road. I'm going to be there tomorrow. And, of course, I'm going to tell you right now, Jim Furyk, who's one of my really, really good friends, Dustin Johnson, a local, and Tiger Woods are my 3 favorites in this golf tournament winning the Masters. Who do you like?
Wow, I'll take Michael Jordan if you're going to take those three. No, I am going to go with my sleeper pick would be Hunter Mahan.
Nice.
I like Hunter Mahan. When he gets hot, he can get really hot. He's probably like 5 over right now. I've got no idea.
Right.
But I would go with Hunter Mahan. There's something about that guy I really like. Hunter Mahan.
Hunter Mahan. Wow, out of all people, Hunter Mahan. All right, again, we're at First Community Bank. You need a loan, come and see my man right here, Trey Dyson. He'll take care of you. That's going to do it for sports.